kind of person would you say you are?
I'm a very quiet person, extremely quiet. So I prefer to do things that don't require talking to people. So I'm happier doing things like reading or listening to music. So yeah, I'm basically a quiet person who spends, I think, most of her time in her own world.
Could you show us the photograph that you brought with us? Just like hold it up.
Yeah.
Could you tell us something about this picture?
Okay, so this is a picture of me reading a cricket book. I chose this picture because I love reading. I think I mentioned it earlier, reading is something that you can do alone and you talk and without having to talk to people. So there are so many conversations happening in your head with the people in the book, and it's never small talk or silly conversations. It's always something you gain a lot from. So reading is something that's very integral to me, and the fact that it's a cricket book just makes it happier.
How much does what you look like matter to how you see yourself?
For the longest time, I don't think it did, say about till age 11, 12, because you don't think about things like that till then. But when I was 11, I went to Delhi, and I think it was a very life-changing experience, because when you're in Bombay, I think nobody, or maybe because that was the age, nobody really bothers about how you look or what you wear. But when I was in Delhi, and I used to roam around wearing baggy shirts and stuff like that, and my landlady used to always point out about how, oh, you're a girl, you're not supposed to be wearing this, you're supposed to look pretty and wear makeup. And she used to always be at home like dressed up wearing makeup and heels, and I never got the point. I think that's the first time I realized that people actually look at you the way you're dressed, and it's not about how you talk or what you're saying. It's sometimes a lot to do with how you're looking. I know a lot of people who keep talking about how, like, they feel very offended if you talk about how fat they are or how thin they are, and actually it doesn't matter. If you're short, you're short. You're fat, you're fat. And if you mention it, I don't think it should bother anyone, because it's not something that's wrong about you. It just is. So, and it's absolutely fine. I'm pretty short, so that's something that comes up in a lot of conversations. So even if I'm talking to my grandmother, one of the things she keeps saying is, "Arey, itni tu choti hai, tujhse shaadi kaun karega," and stuff like that. But I like being short, so yeah, I'm absolutely fine. I actually love being short. So.
Where do you think that starts for most people?
I think it starts at home, because I know the reason I'm okay with it is because my parents never talked about it or never told me it's something that's important or should bother you at any time in your life. But I believe there will be mothers or parents who would tell their daughter about how she can't be too fat, or how she should be taller, or how your skin has to be clear. I remember my sister. So a lot of times, I know a lot of people in the family would keep talking about, oh, she has to lose weight, and oh, you can't be so fat. I know if it has to do with health, maybe I agree with it. But if it is to do with how you look, I think it really annoys me sometimes.
So if you were to give advice to, say, somebody at 11, what advice would you give?
I think I tell the 11-year-old me that it doesn't matter what people say, it doesn't matter what everyone wants you to be. At the end of the day, you're always going to be who you are, and it's easier to love yourself than to crib about how you are and being unhappy with yourselves. This is a photograph of me.